Now, a spectacular opening ceremony has marked the start of the inaugural Bridge Summit 2025, taking place from December 8th to December 10th in Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates. Now, the first of its kind event brings together thousands of creators, media professionals, brands and industry leaders to shape a more connected and innovative future. Now, joining us on Zoom to unpack the summit is Peter Denk, the head of Department of News and Current Affairs at NBC. Mr. Denk, welcome to Daily Roundup.
Good evening, Salima, and thank you for having me.
All right, just to start off, the Bridge Summit kicked off, that is in Abu Dhabi today. It is a 3-day summit. How is, can you tell us more about this?
Yeah, I think it's a fascinating event. It is billed as the largest debut media event of the year in the world at the moment. And it is so because there are more than 60,000 attendees. And then obviously more than 400 speakers, exhibitors in excess of 300 as well. And it is really just a fascinating platform where the different people are networking to make a connection, and hence the name, the bridge, because they are building bridges. The idea of this summit is to build bridges between, obviously, entities within the global south, as well as with any other institution, entity or so that are able to cooperate in the sphere of not only media but also entertainment, sport across the board. So really, it's a really fascinating event with so many high-level personalities, governments represented, media executives, actors, global actors, as well as sports personalities and so on. Yeah. So yeah, in short, before I get too carried away, Salima, that is what I have about the Bridge Summit.
Yes, now the summit emphasizes building and trusted and inclusive information ecosystem. How is the NBC working to strengthen trust and credibility that is in news?
Well, I think there's no doubt that our trust, and you know it yourself, Salima, our trust, the trust that the public and in general people would have in the NBC as a credible news organization, that trust and credibility is quite high, I would say. And through attending these type of events and building networks and seeing best practices, learning from that, I think this is an opportunity for us to further enhance the trust and credibility that general public has in the NBC as a news organization. Obviously, the buzzword at this summit is AI, and how do we adopt AI? And this is the best practices, because AI has certainly the potential to undermine that very hard-won trust and credibility. So this is a way of learning from others about how to navigate the what I think is a minefield of AI, but also to reap the benefits to further enhance trust and credibility of the news organization.
Mr. Denk, now many speakers are talking about the role of AI and digital tools in modern newsrooms. How ready is the NBC for the shift, and what practical steps are being taken to integrate new technologies?
Well, I think we are adopting AI and to a certain extent. I think we are not adopting it wholesale, and that is a good thing with AI. We have seen also NBC making deliberate efforts to train management and reporters, as well as producers across the board. Last week we had quite an intensive training session on AI with the Deutsche Welle partnership, and these are just ways for the NBC to prepare ourselves for the use of AI, but also the responsible and very carefully thought out use of AI, because we we cannot just adopt AI wholesale, as I was saying. There is a need for us to look very carefully how we adopt it, because as some speakers would say, the AI does not have context. It depends on what it is being fed. So in that regard, we have to be really circumspect in how we adopt AI.
Of course.
Obviously, there are benefits. You find that certain tasks become easier because you can transcribe in a matter of minutes. You can translate through AI, but obviously there are also ways where AI can misinform, and that is where we need to be very careful.
Of course. Now, in a summit that brings together global creators and media leaders, what collaborations or partnerships are you hoping to explore for the NBC?
Well, we have already had a memorandum of cooperation with the Viori News Agency that is already based in Abu Dhabi. And through that a partnership, or through that memorandum, we are already seeing a different content, different news content from across the world, because Viori is really established across the world, across the globe. And at the moment, they are developing a tool that would translate. And also, when you have to cover a story of about 3 hours, 4 hours, this tool are able to working with output, and of course, giving it commands, they will be able to really very quickly identify sound bites and transcribe sound bites in a matter of minutes. And how tedious it sometimes is to transcribe, and this will help. So they are testing that tool at the moment, and through our cooperation, hopefully we can also access that tool to help us in our work. But more importantly, also is the fact that that memorandum of cooperation allows us for training, and the team of Viori here in Abu Dhabi is quite keen on having whether online or offline training with the NBC staff. And hopefully we can look forward to that becoming a reality in the near future.
Mr. Denk, what is your biggest takeaway from the first day of the summit? We also saw the Director General of NBC, Stanley Similo, also engaging on some platforms that were shared on online. And what do you think it can translate into the positive change for the Namibia media landscape?
Yeah, well, biggest takeaway is obviously I'm privileged to be here, but also the issue of AI, and where first of all for the global South, the importance of training was really overemphasized. And then also the main question is also the fact that we should never allow AI to control us in our newsroom. Whatever we do with AI, human oversight and human interaction should be front and center of what we do with AI. And that is really the bottom line with regard to artificial intelligence. I had an opportunity also to sit into an interview with a well-known actor, Idris Elba, who also has his roots in Africa. And he says, obviously, artificial intelligence is artificial intelligence. Humans have actual intelligence, and we should not lose sight of that fact, that we should be in control of what AI provides.
All right, thank you so much for taking time to talk to us about the summit and also just what the takeaways.
Thank you very much for having me, Salima, and have a good evening.
All right. That was the head of department at News and Current Affairs at NBC, speaking to us about the inaugural Bridge Summit that's taking place, that is in Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates, where he just gave us a brief on the first day of the event and also just the discussions that were surrounding AI and how it can be implemented in the newsroom as well. We'll be back with more interviews. Do stay with us.